Hello, I'm not sure if you know the movie The Truman Show. The Truman Show was basically a movie that came out in 1998 with Jim Carrey and Ed Harris. The movie is basically about a TV station or a TV network that basically adopted a child and they broadcast his whole life in front of millions and millions of audiences, and everybody see how this kid grew up, to become a salesperson, and when he grew up, he's basically being played by Jim Carrey, but everybody knows that he's on a TV, he's on a TV, but the character himself, the character played by Jim Carrey, he does not know that his life is being broadcast. He does not know that the people he meets on the street, they're all actors. Like his best friends are actors. The girls that he wants to love, the girls he wants to have sex with, they're all actors. His neighbors, they're all actors. His bosses and enemies, they're all actors. Everybody that he meets is an actor except for him. He's the only non-actor. The TV station, they bought a huge land and they basically make it like a small town. And they had like 6,000 video cameras everywhere in the town to document everything that his name is Truman, so everything that Truman is doing is being broadcast and transmitted to the TV station. But that was a movie. That was a movie. So a year before the Truman Show actually came and played in the theaters, they actually did this in Japan. They did this exact thing in Japan. But instead of taking a child, they took a 22-year-old comedian, and they put him in a room, in a white room with nothing. There's nothing in the room. The room is basically empty. And they stripped him naked and they left him there, and they told him the way for him to survive is for him to play magazine sweepstakes. So these contests on magazines where you enter a contest and you win something. And so that's how he's going to survive. So, they give him all the magazines from all over Japan. They give him those magazines there, and they give him all the postcards that he needs to do the sweepstakes. And so that's how he has to live. That's how he has to survive. So, in the beginning of the movie, at the beginning of the documentary, he basically did not win anything. Like he struggled. He was mainly about to starve, and then the producers were scared, so they had to feed him some crackers, just because they don't want him to starve. He's the big star, so But eventually he started playing the game and doing the sweepstakes, and he started winning small prizes. He started winning like a bag of rice. He started winning like bags of chips, drinks, all these things. But the sad thing is he's still naked. He's still naked in front of millions and millions of viewers, and you can see throughout and he was stuck in that room for about a year and 6 months. And you could see him really coming apart. He was depressed. He was feeling very lonely, and he was just scared, and he just didn't know what to do. Like he just doesn't understand why he's being tortured like this, and that's what it was. Like the TV station was basically torturing him, and they made him feel so. I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? They made him be so afraid of the TV station that he did not want to leave, because somehow somehow they left the door open. Like the door is actually not locked. Like the door outside that white room is not locked, but he didn't want to leave. Like he did not want to run away because he was so scared that something is going to happen to him. Plus, he's naked. He has no clothes, so it would be really bad for him to run away naked. If that was me, I would run away naked. I don't care because I'm being tortured for nothing. He has to eat dog food. Some of the stuff he won is like dog food, disgusting dog food. He had to eat dog food for what? For the laughs, And when you look at the editing, he's struggling, in that white room. You could see him really in pain. He's laughing, he's making funny faces, but he's really, hurting inside. He's really in pain inside. So basically, the TV station, they tortured this man for comedy purposes to make money, and they tortured him for a year and 6 months. And instead of letting this guy go, they basically kidnapped him again, and they took him to another location, this time in Korea, and they did the same thing, And then for the finale of the show, they brought him out again, and they put him in another white room, and the room basically came apart, blew apart, and guess what? He's in front of an audience, studio audience, and everybody was laughing at him, and he was in shock, like he could not believe what was happening, and finally he realized that he was actually on a TV show, even though they lied to him that nobody was gonna watch this. That's why he was actually naked, because he thought nobody was watching this TV show. For some reason, I don't know why he thought that, but for some reason, people were watching this movie. People were laughing at this naked man. So I'm really shocked by this documentary because, like Japan has a very weird sense of humor. Japanese, they have a very weird sense of humor. They would want to torture a man for a year and a half, and just watch him struggle for nothing, and they would be laughing. Later on, like this documentary, the contestant, they interviewed the mother and the sister of this poor man, and basically the sister said, for some people they're laughing, because they're not related to this guy, but for me, as the sister, it was really painful to watch him struggle in that white room naked, being laughed at, by millions of people. It was not nice. Even the mother said, I don't understand why he did not run away, like he should have run away, from the beginning, So if you want to actually watch this documentary, you should just Google The Contestant. It was a documentary produced on Hulu, but I'm pretty sure you can find it elsewhere. So that's how I watched the movie. I got it from Hulu. So yeah, that's really crazy. I cannot believe of the weird and twisted sense of humor that Japanese people have. It's just so terrible. That show would have never made it in American Airways. In Canadian Airways, it would never air. Like the government would step down on that type of disgusting sense of humor. Like torturing a man like that for a year and a half, it's just so sad. It's so sad for Japan, it's actually a crime, I would say. Like that TV station, if it was up to me, I would burn down that TV station, because they tortured a man for profits. They tortured a man for nothing, But I'm not in charge. And the producer, that guy with the blonde hair, he thinks he's a pioneer of comedy, which he's just a devil. He's He's a pioneer of BS, you know, because really, if you look at the story, he tortured a man for no reason but profit. Anyways, thank you for watching.